Welcome back to the Financial Talk. If this is your first time here, my name is Natalie and I talk about finance, economy, and investing. In today's video, I want to give you some tips before you start investing in the stock market or things that you need to do before you start investing. These are things that I wish someone told me when I started my investing journey, because I did not follow these and I made mistakes. But the best way to learn is to learn from others' mistakes. So for this reason, I bring this video to you. If you would like to know more about these, keep watching and do not forget to subscribe to my channel here or here and give this video a like to help me with the YouTube algorithm. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers by December. It is kind of an unrealistic goal but I would love some support from you, so please like this video and subscribe. I also have an Instagram page where I post a lot of finance and investing content, really easy to read and follow through. So if you would like to follow me on my Instagram, please go ahead. The first thing that you need to do is to pay off that debt, especially if it's high interest debt, such as credit card debt. Why? Because in realistic, if you are new to investing, you probably do not know everything about it, and your return might not be greater than the interest that you're paying on your credit card debt or on your student loans. So the best advice will be for you to pay your student loans, for you to pay your credit card debt as soon as possible. For example, if you have a credit card that is charging you 19% annual rate and you pay it off, that is a return, a 19% return that you will have, which might be greater than any investment that you can make when you're first starting. So for that reason, it's really important that you pay off debt, and not only because of that, but also because you'll have more money to invest. When you don't have to worry about your debt, you will have more money available. And currently, I'm gonna be honest with you, I do have student loans, but I'm still investing. And the reason why I have done this is because I have a plan. So I have a payment plan method for my student loans. But before going into investing for the second time, I will say I did pay my credit card first. The student loans, I am investing and paying them off, but I have been thinking about it and I think I am going to change my strategy and just go full into paying my student loans. The second thing is to build an emergency fund. And I wish someone told me this when I first started investing in robo-advisors. I had an emergency and guess what happened? I had to cash out my investments. So that is the reason why it's important to have an emergency fund, because in case of an emergency, you do not have to cash out your investments or you do not have to recur into more credit card debt. You will take that money that you have piled up to cover your emergency. If you want to learn more about emergency funds, I have a video about it. I'll leave it here so you can go check that out. But briefly, an emergency fund is an amount of money that should cover at least 3 months of your living expenses, and you can have 3 months up to maximum 6 months. If you want to have more than 6 months, that's fine, but that is the recommendation. So if you have an emergency, you just take the money out of there. Now, this is not money that is under your mattress, not a safe place to keep money, but usually I have it on a high interest savings account. So at the same time, it's getting a little bit interest, not that much. Like interest rates right now is like 1.7%, nothing. So that is where you should keep your emergency fund, or just have it as a regular savings, whatever you like, but it's not money that goes towards investing. The third thing is to reduce your personal expenses. Now, if you want to start investing, you have two options. One is to decrease your expenses. So cut off on things that are not that important and that will make a significant change in your lifestyle, in your budget. So don't worry about those like $5 coffees that you have. At the end of the day, that's what you like. If you like coffee, then you go for it. But make changes on things that have a big impact. For example, if you're spending too much in clothing, but every month you go shopping and for no reason, like, you can cut on that. Just say like, okay, instead of spending $100 buying clothes, I'm just gonna spend 80 or 70. Just cut it little by little, so that way you have extra money to invest. Now, the second thing that you would like to do in case that you don't want to cut your expenses, because everyone's different. So if you really like clothing, then I cannot tell you just like stop shopping, because that's what makes you happy. And at the end of the day, money is here to bring us certain kind of happiness, and I cannot tell you stop shopping and be miserable. So the second thing that you can do is to earn more. So if you want to start investing, don't have a lot of money to do it, do not want to change your personal expenses, then find a part-time job, find a side hustle, find another way for you to earn more money so that you have more to invest. And when I started investing, I did cut in things such as clothing. I like to buy clothes, and I'm not like a brand person, so I literally just buy clothes that I feel comfortable wearing. They're not that pricey, but still every month I was spending like $100 or more. And now I just shop like every 3 times a year. Unfortunately, I already have a full-time job, and I am doing other things on the side, managing the financial talk. So for me, it'll be a little bit harder to find a part-time job. But if this is something that you can do, you have the time available, you want to invest and all that, definitely go for it. Tip number 4 is to set your goals. Now, people start investing usually because they see others investing or they see the news. But before investing, you need to have a clear mindset on why are you investing. Never start investing without a purpose. You should know where are you now and where do you want to be after the time that you decided to invest for. So ask yourself, why are you investing? Just use these 5 questions that you can use it basically for anything. What, when, where, how, and why. So, what are my goals? What are my investments? I am going to invest in ETFs, stocks, mutual funds. When are you going to start? When are you going to finish? When are you going to sell your investments? How much I am going to invest? How long I'm going to be invested for? Where should I start? Where should you open your first investment account? You need to research companies. You need to know if you're going to invest in a TFSA, RRSP, Roth Advisors, Invest Your Change. And why? Why am I investing? Am I going to be funding someone's education, or am I going to be saving for retirement? Am I going to be saving for a wedding, for a house? You need to ask yourself these questions. These questions will give you clarity. Remember that the stock market is volatile and changes. So these questions will help you assess your level of risk tolerance and the expected returns that you would like to see. If you want to buy a house, you will need certain amount of returns that you will need in order to successfully buy that house and achieve that down payment. It's important that you know those goals before investing. Tip number 5 is to learn the basics. The investment world is really broad. It is impossible for you to know everything, all the strategies, all the products available, but you need to have an idea of them. You need to know them, know the differences. It is important that you get into the habit on reading and informing yourself. So read investment books, read finance books, read anything that will help you get more knowledge about investing. So you can also watch the news, watch how the economy is doing, because the economy is an important part of investing. It has a big impact on investing. watch Yahoo Finance, learn from Investopedia. So a lot of paper trading accounts, you can sign up for that. Most of them are free, so they're like simulations. They're basically practice accounts. So before you make your first investment, you can practice there if you are the type of investor that wants to pick their own investments. Now, if you are the type of investor that wants to use a Roth advisor or wants to use a financial advisor, that does not mean that you do not have to know where your money is going to be invested. You still need to know the basics. Even if someone else is going to be managing your money, you still need to understand how that works so that that person does not take advantage of you. Still need to know your basics. These are all the tips that I have for you. I hope you find this video really useful. I made this video with no scripts, just whatever's in my head, and I hope you really like it. These are some things that you need to do before investing for sure, and things that I wish someone told me before investing. I wish I did a little bit more research, but we learn from our mistakes. Currently, I have an emergency fund in place of 4 months, and I did pay off my credit card debt. Now my student loans, I made a plan to manage both investing and paying off debt. However, I am planning to switch as other things came up, and I feel that this other thing, which is basically me getting my residency here, it's gonna be a lot of money. So I feel it's better for me just to be fully debt free and then go into investing. Definitely follow these tips that I gave you. Now again, I'm not a financial advisor or financial professional, so before investing you can also seek some professional advice so that you have an informed decision. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions about investing, follow my Instagram page and leave me any questions in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Take care.